Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, welcome to my platform, Timo Starboy Reality Talk TV. Yeah, I greet you at your location time. You are welcome to the platform, Timo Starboy Channel Blogs. Yeah, this is Friday. On Friday, that is Friday 8, Friday 8, September 2023. So happy weekend. Weekend start from here. So I say I should bring you update as we are bringing it. As this petition, tribunal petition at the court of at the court of tribunal that is ended on 6, that is September, 2 days ago. So, and Peter Obi, they come out, they say, no, this is wrong. They want to go to the High Court, that is the Supreme Court, and as well as Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. So, and we want to bring you the video where they come out and say they condemn the outcome of the election. That's the tribunal judgment. They say it is not justice. They never received justice. So, and as you know that this thing is part 2. Part 1 has gone, and part 2 they want to enter the part 2. That is the Supreme Court. This one will be so elele. There is a lot of race, a lot of running, to take part, and I can bet you this one is going to be the final before final, because they will bring out any kind of secrecy that is behind all these things. I bet the lawyer for the LP and PDP, they will just do their best. They will do their best to finish APC member, and along with Tinubu and INEC, because they say we want to build new Nigeria. But me, I doubt it, because there's nothing to build in Nigeria. Nigeria has collapsed. There's nothing to is functioning as far as I know. Everything has been collapsed. Everything has been buried. So nothing to patch, nothing to even to adjust. For my own opinion, I don't know your opinion, because some people, they still believe there's one Nigeria. Me, I say there's no one Nigeria. So let us sit back and relax and watch their movie, because this is a season film, like I always say, and it can never finish. We can never finish it. Season film is just going on. So don't let me waste your time. Let me just play you the video. Yeah, it's right here. So Peter Obi, I will play you first Peter Obi speech on the condemnation of the outcome of tribunal court election, tribunal court. So let's hear from Mr. Obi.
Yesterday, 6th of September 2023, the Presidential Election Petition Court, PEPC, finally delivered its long-awaited judgments on petitions challenging the outcome of the presidential election held on 25th of February 2023. This judgment was delivered within the statutory time frame under the extant status. We acknowledge the court's contributions to due process and seeming attempt to strengthen our democracy. As petitioners in this case, we respect the views and ruling of the court, but we disagree with the court's reasoning and conclusions in the judgment it delivered.
Disagreement.
It is my intention as the presidential candidate and intention of Labour Party to challenge this judgment by way of appeal immediately, as allowed by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The PEPC has rendered its judgment, but that esteemed body is not the final arbiter. The responsibility now falls on the Supreme Court. I do know that the judgment is not conterminous with justice, I implore Nigerians to remain focused, steadfast, and peaceful, and to abide by the rule of law and understand this matter has not reached its logical conclusion. Our legal team has already received a firm instruction to file an appeal against the decision. I shall not relent in quest for justice, not necessarily for myself, but for indeed for our teeming supporters all over Nigeria, whose mandate to us at the post was regrettably truncated by INEC. The strength and value of our democracy reside on solid national institutions and our confidence in them. Electoral litigations will almost be unnecessary and non-existent if the Independent National Electoral Commission discharges its statutory functions creditably, transparently, and with tenable fairness. When that body fails, as it did recently, thus subverting the will of Nigerian voters, the recourse to judiciary becomes imperative, as is now the case. I thank every Nigerian who has supported our cause and campaigned for a new Nigeria, characterized by fairness, equity, justice, rule of law, peace, prosperity, inclusiveness, sustainable growth and development. A new Nigeria is possible and achievable. I especially thank our legal team, the Labour Party and the Obedient family, and all those who showed up daily during our court trials. God bless you all, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
So that is it for the Mr. Obi, Mr. Peter Obi. So let me play you the Alhaji Atiku Abubakar speech. Okay, here we go. Hold on. Give me a minute, sorry. Please help us share our video. Help us share our video. We are just giving you, okay.
Delivered yesterday
Let me put it
by
back.
the presidential judgment delivered yesterday by the Presidential Election Petition Court on the 2023 presidential elections.
This is
As
PDP
you already
candidate
know,
Alhaji Atiku Abubakar.
I approached
Speaking
the
now.
court following the declaration of INEC or by INEC that the APC and its candidates are the winners of the February 25th elections. My decision to go to court is anchored in my belief that the court is the sanctuary of justice. The journey of my political career, holds so much to the courage and fearlessness decisions of our judiciary. Indeed, I am no stranger to legal battles. And I can say that I have a fair idea of how the court system works. All through my career as a politician, I have been a fighter and will continue to fight.
A fighter, as you can see, can hear.
And I must say that I have found the
Please,
judiciary as a worthy pillar
my guys,
to
my fans
rest on
all
the
over the
pursuit
world.
of justice. The last presidential election in our country and the way it was managed by the electoral umpire, the Independent National Electoral Commission,
INEC.
leaves behind unenviable precedents, which I believe the courts have a duty to redress. Our gains in ensuring transparent elections through the deployment of technology was heavily compromised by INEC in the way it managed the last presidential election. And I'm afraid that the judgment of the court as rendered by the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal yesterday failed to restore confidence in our dreams of free and fair elections devoid of human manipulations. Like I did say at the beginning of this legal battle, when I instructed my lawyers to file my petition challenging the outcome of the presidential election, my ultimate goal in this pursuit is to ensure that democracy is further strengthened through the principles and processes of fair hearing and justice. Gentlemen of the press, I take great pains to tell you that the decision of the court of first instance on this matter utterly fails far short of expectation. I am therefore here to tell you that though the judgment of the court yesterday is respected, it is a judgment that I refuse to accept.
The battle line has drawn.
The judgment because I believe that it is bereft.
This is final before final.
Substantial justice.
It can never go down.
However, the disappointment
like
in the verdict of the court can never destroy my confidence in the judiciary. Consequently, I have asked my lawyers to activate my constitutionally guaranteed rights of appeal to the higher court, which in the East is the Supreme Court of Nigeria. It is my conviction that the electoral process in Nigeria should be devoid of untidy manipulations and that the outcome of every election should be a perfect reflection of the wishes of the electorate. I believe that such is the only way through which our democracy can have a manifest expression of its true meaning. Whether I prevail in this quest or not, the record of my effort in ensuring an order of credible elections in Nigeria shall remain for the future generations to emulate. On this note, I urge all my supporters to remain calm and fast. I ask them to take solace in an immortal lesson I learned from my leader and mentor, late Shehu Yaradua. May his soul rest in peace. That losing a battle is less important than losing the war. We might have lost a battle yesterday, but the war is well ahead of us. And I believe that with our hopes in God
very interesting.
And yourselves,
very interesting.
We shall win the war of restoring confidence in our electoral system.
The new phrase of war is coming.
Let me finally give hope.
It's not over yet.
To some of our delusion or disappointed members of our party. I am one of the foundation members of this party. I'm still standing strong. This party gave birth to any other party you can think of in this country today. Whether you call yourself APC, ADD, APM, whatever you call yourself, your mother is the PDP. You have no reason whatsoever to lose hope in this party. Life itself is full of ups and downs. What is most important for us is to make sure we remain loyal and faithful members of this historic party. This is the only party since the creation of Nigeria that is as old as it is today. We have a record to maintain, to protect, and to promote and foster. You may be fathers today, but you are always proud of your grandfather, not so? Not to talk of your great-grandfather. Why will you not want to be proud to be a member of PDP? There is absolutely no reason. I therefore want to urge our members to remain loyal, to remain dedicated, and to foster national unity and cohesion. I thank you very much indeed for attending this press conference, which was only decided last night. In spite of the short notice, many of you have come from various parts of the country to attend to this press conference. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we continue our video. Yeah, this is the last one I will play. So I want you to listen. It's from Sheun Otumba Loye. That is Channel News with Alhaji Tanko. Hold on for me. I'm looking for the video. Okay. Sorry for keeping waiting.
Let's get into the camp of the Labour Party to touch base first, then we'll go into the camp of the APC later. Joining me, one of the spokespersons of the Labour Party campaign organization, Mr. Mr. Tanko, who joins us virtually from Kaduna. Thank you so much, Mr. Tanko, for joining us. It's good to see you. Give us an understanding of the outcome. You were in court yesterday, and you had a feel of the environment, and that's not your first time, I assume. But what sense do you make out of that judgment, especially taking cue from what your presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, has reacted on?
I want to thank you very much for inviting me to discuss this matter. Quickly, the Nigerian people were full of expectation, coming from the fact that the learned judges, ab initio, told Nigerians that they would deal with this matter and look at the substance of the case. I'm quoting the learned judge. He said, we're going to deal with the matter, the substantial case here therein. We will not deal with technicalities. So I don't know when technicalities actually come into the judgment. Because what we saw yesterday was simple technicalities that are being used, choreographed to knock off every inch of the petition that were made by the three petitioners. Not one single one. In fact, they did not find any credence in the processes and the filing. In fact, they even make a caricature deliberately of some of the lawyers, which is absolutely unnecessary. For me, it's unbelievable because it only shows, and my fear is this: making it legal. We legalize illegality and hiding under the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And I want to say here clearly, we are law abiding and we believe in our judiciary. But in believing in our judiciary, we expect our judiciary to be free and fair in their judgment. Not to say the least, that the judgment also went ahead to say there's even manipulation of the petition evidence that was presented. I mean, it's quite unheard. The danger here is that it sends signal to every Nigerian that illegality pays, that democracy is put into the dungeon. Anybody who can commit any form of illegality can become the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as long as
It's by stolen
he
meat.
can use the judiciary
By
and he will be
stolen.
able to protect
Hijack
himself
it and run
and
away
will be
with it.
pronounced so.
That is what
and
is
that
left
for
for
me
judiciary
is
in
dangerous
Nigeria.
for our democracy.
Let's look at some of the reactions, Mr. Tanko. Let's take it one after
judges,
the other.
they are killers.
Some of what the judges said yesterday.
They are killers.
One of it is the fact that they complained, or they submitted yesterday, that there were social media attacks. There were some inferences being drawn outside of the court, but evidence were not properly laid and adduced in court to prove the case.
Now, when we made applications that they should televise the proceedings live, right from the beginning, there were applications that the proceedings should be televised live. Now, that will have given an opportunity for Nigerians to see whether we presented the right evidence to the court or not. But on our part, from the Labour Party, we made sure that every processes were recorded and reported live as it's happening in the court, just to give Nigerians a kind of a sense of visuality of what really took place in the court. Now, our judges, yourself and myself and every Nigerian, were very much evident of what happened in Lagos. We saw proof where our voters were intimidated, ballot boxes were snatched, ethnic profiling took place, and that particular issue was presented in that court for Nigerian people to see. But yet, we were told that that particular evidence is not enough. It's not enough to invalidate the election. What it simply means is that, but it is enough to show some part of this country that they are not wanted. Or it is enough to show that if you have money, you can manipulate the system.
Mr. Tanko, on that point that you touched on, this is what the tribunal said yesterday, the court said yesterday, that the allegation that agents of the petitioner, which includes yourself, your party and Mr. Peter Obi, had their ballots, their votes disrupted and suppressed, and the petitioners, according to the court, said video recordings will be tendered as proof. But the court said this was not done. Was there any issue of not able to provide video evidence of the disruption or suppression of votes where your party and your candidate are accused or are alleged so?
Not only did we present the evidence, in fact, our witness was one of your reporters that covered that particular event who stand as a witness, and it was presented to the court. So we did not manufacture anything. But the court went ahead to also say that the report that we submitted and the evidence that we submitted were manipulated by us. And that is funny to me, because right there at the peak, as we spoke, don't forget, I am the star witness in that court. And I know for sure that we have evidence which will prove to the court that where the IRF was supposed to transmit result and did not transmit that particular result, there was only picture of human beings. There was not even result. But in any case, the court actually said that the IRF does not really matter in this particular case. So the question is, the humongous money that taxpayers paid to ensure that such a technology was put in place for the credibility of the election was totally a waste. And at the same time, the international community who supported this particular process of ensuring there is clarity and there's no ambiguity in terms of reporting the result was a waste. Painfully, while the elections of the Federal House of Representatives and the election of the Senate, which we did not contend because it followed and passed through the threshold of what INEC said it will do for the Nigerian people, and we believed INEC. That particular result was accepted by all because the result was transmitted at real time and there was no question. But the question remained, why was it that that particular presidential election was not transmitted? And it was deliberately so. And we were able to present, and in fact, not only present, most of the observers clearly show that there was a deliberate attempt to cause or glitch that particular process in order to manipulate the system. Whatever decision that has already been made by our judges need to be looked into. Now, the fear here is this. Our younger ones are witnessing this particular show and they believe strongly Nigeria can be better, but not in this way. Not in this way for us to justify something that me, you, and everybody knows.
Yeah. Let me ask you, do you perhaps regret or imagine that some of the social media attack on the judges could have hurt your case, because you will see in the tone of the judgment of yesterday from the judges, they did not take it lightly.
In fact, it is amazing for the learned judge to even make reference to it, because we expect that the learned judge should be able to look into those particular areas of eye on the judiciary, for example. There are precedents that have shown to Nigerians that we needed to trust the judiciary. And in fact, I, for one, thought that the judges would take that particular encouragement, because I call it encouragement, and courageously so, to give courage to our judiciary to be able to do the right thing. Because you see, walls has ears. People can see, people can hear. Once there is a discussion between two persons, that particular information can filter one way or the other. And don't think Nigerians are fools. They are not. They are watching and they are listening. For them to have made this particular pronouncement, eye on the judiciary.
But was it right? Was it right, Mr. Tanko, for example, if the judges don't feel that it was okay, do you, for a moment, with the benefit of hindsight, now that this has happened, do you think that it was necessary for the judges to have been attacked on social media and allegations being leveled against your supporters?
Not at all. I would never support attacking our judiciary or our judges in any way. And that is why my position is clear on the encouragement aspect of those particular pronouncements, not as attack or an abuse. And in any case, our judges and the judiciary have the right to have put a caution, because all of us are under this particular judiciary. One day or the other, we will find ourselves in a court for adjudication. And we want our judiciary to be above board. In fact, they are supposed to be the last hope of the common man. Unfortunately, they have been inculcated and imputed into our electioneering system. which we need to find a way of eliminating, because we are putting them in the line of danger. The processes are very clear in Nigeria today. When you want to start an election, all you need to do, go for a propaganda at the early stage using the media. When you do, go to the election, use stocks, use any means of manipulation, use
Nigeria
any means of money to put yourself in position of power. Once you put yourself in the position of power, then you are asked to go to court.
Let's anchor this way. Yeah, on this question. If the judgment had gone in your favor, what would your reaction be have been different?
Of course it will have been different, but we will have preferred the judgment to be fair to all concerned. But if you look at this particular case in study, every aspect of the petition was trashed deliberately, and it was justified by all kinds of fair position. But then, does it mean that particularly those judgments were made to on this petitioner because the judges are angry? Come on. Oh no, we would have reacted differently.
Well, if it had been in your favor, you wouldn't have thought that the judgment was not right.
We wouldn't have been because we know there are areas that we cannot be perfect. But this particular judgment needs to be looked at as if it was near perfect at all, because it was all completely. And when we know that the election was marred with a lot of malpractices, all of us knew.
Thank you so much for your reactions. We'll be getting so much more reactions later on the program. But thank you so much.
Okay, guys, that is it for today. So I will close up the program. So thank you for watching. So tomorrow we shall bring you another new update. As it is going, we'll let you hear. Okay, bye from now. Love you.